Sliding filament theory. So before we get into the sliding filament theory, let's go over what a muscle is. So here is a muscle, as depicted. And in a muscle there are three other components that make it up. Right here is the fascicle. The little tiny thing on the end, which I'm sure you're dying to know what it is the myofibril. And myofibrils make up muscle fibers. So when you want to contract a muscle, your brain sends a signal through your nervous system to the desired muscle. That signal then activates calcium pumps, which pumps calcium into your muscle. Once the calcium is released, the calcium bonds with trophin, which is a protein, and changes the shape. And tropomyosin is also affected in the process, which opens up the myosin sites. Once the sites on the myosin are open, the actin can then bond to it. So the actin first starts out by getting ATP. The ATP is then broken up into ADP and phosphorus and energy. The energy stored in the actin is then released, moving the actin up into its extended position. The actin then grabs onto the myosin, pulling it. When the myosin is fully pulled by the actin then drops the ADP and phosphorus in exchange for an ATP. The ATP resets the actin back to its original state, and this process can be repeated. The process is discontinued when calcium is stopped from being pumped into the muscle, returning tropomyosin and trophomin back to its original state, closing the myosin sites and not allowing the actin to attach to the myosin.